Hey guys, HDvee here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got a ton of updates to go over. New events for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are now live. We also have some new potential release date updates for the Nintendo Switch 2. There's a lot of things to break down and get into today. So if you're excited for the video, as always, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes. It really helps out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we cover in today's video. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way though, let's get into the video and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, these new events are now live for the Generation 9 games. It, of course, is the Primarina 7-star raid event. So, we've got HDvee here tweeting out saying the latest Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Tera Raid battle event is now live. So, Primarina is in 7-star Tera Raid battles until Sunday, May the 12th at 23:59 UTC. So, this is the kind of information you need to know about if you are going to be taking on this raid here for Primarina. So, the moves that it has are Moonblast, Sparkling Aria, Sing, Psychic, and the additional moves are Encore and Surf. The ability is, of course, Liquid Voice. It has the Fairy Terra type, and obviously Modest Nature. So, these are the items that you get if you do defeat this raid. So, you obviously have a pretty nice chance of getting some Herba Mystica, 3% of getting Sweet, Salty, Sour, Bitter, and Spicy. So, if you are trying to farm those Herba Mystica, make sure to do this raid. I don't know how difficult it is. I don't take part in these 7-star raids anymore because I don't need to. Like, all these Pokemon are very easily accessible through Pokemon Home. But of course, if you are collecting the Mighty Mark, or you are trying to get the Herba Mystica, then this should be right up your alley. You obviously get the ability patch for doing it as well, but again, very easy to obtain from the item printer now. You get your XP candy, your star pieces, whatever. This is what it does during the different time remaining. Like I say, if this information is relevant to you, it is all right here. But either way, this is on until the 12th of May, and then it once again starts on the 17th of May till the 19th. And of course, the second round will also have Blissey raids as well, which are very good to farm, you know, XP candy and Terra Shards and stuff like that. But anyway, that is the new Primarina event happening in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Moving on, we actually have some new Pokemon Home updates. Now, if you're not aware, we did cover this new Pokemon Home update patch that was going live on Wednesday, and I know it's Friday now, but we did actually have a little bit of information from Datamines from that update patch. So this is tweeted out from Matt, who of course is one of the main data miners in the community, saying, interestingly, with tonight's Home mobile update, the server now stores strings from for item names. The Switch version already did it because it connects directly to your boxes. This is separate from battle data, as those are hosted on separate servers. Wonder what it's for. So this is obviously very, very interesting because obviously now, you know, well, on the Switch you could always you know, the Switch version already did because it connects directly to your boxes. So is this now going to be maybe in the future allowing us to connect directly to our kind of boxes in a different way from our mobile device as well? Maybe it's going to unlock more features and stuff like that. Who knows? But yeah, this is just some extra data mine information in regards to Scarlet and Violet's items. You know, all the different item names like your Drillbur Claws, your Cottony Fluff, stuff like that. All now, again, updated in this Pokemon Home. And then overall, the update seems like a nothing burger. It's mostly cleanup of internal data, removing deprecated files that were made obsolete with 3.0.0 back last year, and some file name formatting adjustments. They also fixed the Paldea Dex using the Icy Snow sprite instead of Fancy. So no idea what this is going to be for. Again, hopefully we get more information about it on in the horizon, but as of right now it looks like it's a bit of nothing, but you never know. Anyway, those are the data mines. Moving on, we do also have some updates regarding the Pokemon anime in the US. So HDvee update, the next batch of 11 episodes of Pokemon Horizons are now available on Netflix in the US and other countries where Netflix is the show. So you'll be able to watch the next 11 episodes. Of course, if you're in like the UK and stuff, it's just on BBC, so you can just easily watch it there. But if you're in Netflix, if you're watching it on Netflix in America, then you can now watch the next 11 episodes, basically. Moving on, we do also have this quick update as well in regards to Pokemon Unite. So a new Pokemon Unite Chinese beta will happen mid-June. Android and iOS users will be able to join. This is just kind of the information that they're kind of talking about it with this new with the new beta test and stuff. But very interesting that it is now getting a beta test in China as well. I feel like it's following the same kind of suit as Pokemon. Oh my god, what's it called? That's Pokemon Quest. Because obviously now that's just only getting updated in China and stuff, and it's getting some really, really good stuff. So hopefully it's not the same situation with that with Pokemon Unite, where China just gets these specific updates and stuff. Fingers crossed that's not the case. Highly unlikely, but either way, that's happening in regards to Pokemon Unite. Moving on, we do have some Pokemon Go updates as well. The next Community Day has been announced. So Cerebi update, the Pokemon Go Community Day on May the 19th, 2024. So this is next weekend. Will focus on Bounce Suite. It runs from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. local time. So this is all of the perks and stuff that you get for playing this Community Day. Featured Pokemon is obviously Bounce Suite. It's more frequent in the wild, obviously much higher shiny chances. The featured attack, so evolve Steenie, Bounce Suite's evolution during the event or up to 5 hours afterwards to get to Serena, that knows the charged attack high jump kick. I don't know how decent that's going to be in terms of PvE or PvP, but either way, you'd probably want to get a decent couple of them regardless. And then there's a special day research as well that you can buy for dollars, because obviously it's a bit of a pay-to-play game at the moment. And then as well as that, these are the event bonuses. This is the most important stuff, really. So 2 times catch candy. You also get a quarter egg hatch distance when eggs are placed into incubators during the event, so that's really, really good for hatching eggs. 2 times chance for trainers level 31 and up to receive Candy XL from catching Pokemon. Learn modules activated during the event will last for 3 hours. Incense, including daily adventure incense, activated during the event will last for 3 hours. So this is very, very good because it gives you a much higher chance of getting a Galarian bird and stuff like that, because you know usually only get 15 minutes of daily incense, but now you're going to get 3 hours and you don't have to use Dialga's kind of time thing. So that's very, very good if you're trying to get the Galarian birds. Take a few snapshots during a community day for a surprise. 1 additional special trade can be made for a maximum of 2 for the day, and then trades will require 50% less Stardust as well. You got your 4-star Steenie raid battles and stuff like that, but that's just kind of the bonus raid battles. You got your field research, Pokestop showcases, everything like that, new stickers, yada yada. So it's an alright community day. It's nothing crazy, like it's not boosted Stardust or boosted catch XP. It's literally just boosted candy. It's just very, very good for the Galarian birds if you're trying to get that. So we have that Pokemon Go update, and then we also have this Pokemon Go update as well. So Cerebi update, a new ticket has gone live in Pokemon Go to give bonus field research each day to get 20 Pokecoins from May the 16th to May the 30th. It's actually a really, really bad kind of ticket. It's like $2 or something for, you know, a few extra coins, but you have to play it every single day and complete the field research every single day. I don't know what's going on with Pokemon Go at the moment, but it just feels like they're being more and more alienated towards the community. Like, obviously they still haven't done anything about the avatar update. The game is literally unplayable for me at the moment. I just simply cannot play. I'm disconnecting from everything. So yeah, no idea what they're doing. Hopefully there's going to be a big update soon where they rectify everything, but as of right now, when they're doing things like this instead of, you know, actually rectifying the mistakes that they've made, I mean, we all know that Niantic is a very, very bad company, but either way, it's just really unfortunate to see the game kind of taking this sort of path. Anyway, moving on, let's talk about Nintendo Switch 2. So, we have some potential updates about the potential release date about the Nintendo Switch 2. So this was tweeted out by Go Nintendo Tweet. So Nintendo forecast may point to the Switch's successor launching April 2025 at the earliest. So this is, again, it's not really a rumor or a leak. This is just a guesstimate from what information we do know about the Nintendo Switch 2. So Nintendo forecast may point to the Switch's successor launching April 2025 at the earliest. So how long do we have to wait? So we all want to know everything there is to know about the Switch's successor, from what the hardware does to what games are in the works. Fans are eager to learn all about Nintendo's next-gen hardware. Of course, we also want to know the release date, and on that front, Nintendo may have inadvertently shared a bit of insight on that. So Nintendo shared their fiscal year report earlier this week, and with that comes the usual Q&A session with investors. During that Q&A, Nintendo president Shuntaro Furukawa shared sales expectations for hardware this fiscal year, which runs from now until April 2025. So Nintendo projected 13.5 million Nintendo Switch units sold in the fiscal year, but Furukawa made a very important distinction about that figure. Mr. Furukawa specifically stated that the sales forecast for this period do not include sales of the Switch successor. In other words, Nintendo hasn't shared any projects for Switch successor sales in the current fiscal year, which would seem to indicate that Switch's follow-up won't be available until the next fiscal year. That kicks off April 2025, so that would be the earliest we could see the device. So basically, if you're not really sure what that means, you know, the fiscal year is, you know, the sales that they're expecting to make from the March that's just happened to March next year, or April that's just happened to April next year. And then within that time, they are not accounting any Nintendo Switch 2 sales. So obviously if the Nintendo Switch 2 came out in October, then the sales of it would be in that fiscal year, between the Aprils, because it would be out in the October. But because there's no sales on that Nintendo Switch 2 in the forecast, that means that it's going to have to come out after next April. So the announcement, it has to be by March. You know, they've already come out and said that, so that could be from now until March. But the actual release of the console looks like it won't be out until at least April 2025 at the earliest. So yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate. I mean, it's not really anything that we didn't expect. Like, a lot of people were still hoping that potentially we could get an announcement for the Switch 2, like maybe July, August, and then the console comes out around Christmas time for holiday sales. But that seems less and less likely now. I feel like they are just going to push it back to 2025. Maybe release it in the summer or something like that. You know, June, July, whatever. And that's probably the kind of idealistic, you know, it's probably the release date that's going to happen. Now Nintendo could always revise their fiscal forecast, and that's something they've actually done numerous times in the past. Revisions have gone both upwards and downwards, so it's possible Nintendo could be holding onto Switch successor sales projections for once they've shared more details on the platform. Then again, it's equally likely we won't see Nintendo's next-gen hardware until the next fiscal year. Only time will tell. So, because they have changed it in the past, like, don't obviously write it off, but, you know, it's just one of those things that you have to think about and be like, okay, they've actually, you know, they've come out and said this. This is also very, very likely. So, yeah, I mean, it could get changed, but as of right now, the information that we know is that it's not coming out before April 2025. The announcement definitely will, but the actual console coming out won't be before next April. So, yeah, like I say, could change. We'll have to wait and see. Moving on, though, we have some other updates as well regarding the Nintendo Switch 2. So we've got a Go Nintendo tweet here also saying, Nintendo president explains the use of Switch successor phrasing. And then we also have Oatmeal Dome kind of talking about this as well, who, of course, is one of the main data miners in the community as well in regards to, like, Nintendo. So we have Nintendo president explains his use of Switch successor phrasing. Let's not switch it up. So earlier this week, Nintendo president Shintaro Furukawa officially announced the Switch's successor. We learned that Nintendo will be talking about the hardware in some way later on this fiscal year, which is set to end by April 2024. I think that's supposed to be April 2025, because we're already past April 2024. What we learn and when remains to be seen, but that's actually a little detail to talk about right now. So Mr. Furukawa specifically referred to this hardware as the Switch successor. During Nintendo's investor briefing following the company's fiscal year results, an investor was wondering why Nintendo went with that phrasing. You might remember that when the Wii U was announced, Nintendo called it the Wii successor, but when they announced the Switch, it was called a new concept console. Furukawa shed some light on the situation, saying that at this point, describing the new hardware as a successor to the Nintendo Switch was the best way to describe things. It seems Nintendo is planning to adjust how they talk about the successor as we move deeper into this year, but at least for now, this phrasing seems to indicate the Switch and its successor will share some similar philosophies. So obviously from the Nintendo Switch to the Wii, that was a completely different console, which is why they called it a complete new concept, whereas the Wii U to the Wii was a Wii successor, which obviously wasn't a lot different. So that's going to be the situation with the Nintendo Switch as well, it looks like, where it is just going to be a beefed up version of the Nintendo Switch. Now this is what they've actually referred to as other consoles in the past in regards to when they've like announced it and stuff like that. So we have Oatmeal Dome here saying next gen Nintendo console. So Nintendo says it will be the successor to the Switch. What did they call past consoles? So with the Switch, they said new hardware with a brand new concept. So that's how we knew it was going to be like a brand new console, nothing we've ever seen before, because they've literally come out and said, you know, it was new hardware with a brand new concept. So the Wii U was a system to succeed the Wii. So it wasn't actually called the Wii successor, it was called a system to succeed the Wii. So it's a little bit of different phasing. Like a Wii successor would be kind of, you'd expect something to be very similar to the Wii, whereas a system to succeed the Wii, that could be just taken as like a system that's coming out after the Wii because it's succeeding it. But either way, that was how the Wii U was kind of described. For the 3DS, it was a new portable game machine to succeed the Nintendo DS series. We had the Wii, which won't be a continuation of the GameCube, but rather something entirely different, which of course is what it was. It was nothing like the GameCube. It was something we've never really seen before with like your wireless kind of, you know, Wii remotes and stuff. The DS was referred to as a completely different concept from existing game devices, which obviously was also the situation because it had like two screens and everything. And then the GBA is a successor to the Game Boy. So the Game Boy Advance to the Game Boy was the Game Boy, but it was just a much better version of it. That is exactly how they're describing the Nintendo Switch 2 as well. They're calling it a successor to the Switch. So yeah, it just kind of adds more reasoning as to why we think that it's just going to be a much better version of the Switch, but they're going to keep kind of the main characteristics of the Switch, so it's still going to be like docked, everything like that. You're going to be able to play handheld, all that stuff is just kind of what we're expecting to see with the situation anyway. But either way, that is going to be everything for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please do consider hitting the like button down below. It's trying at 500 likes. It does really help out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on all the latest Nintendo Switch 2 stuff. When do you think the Switch 2 is going to get announced, and also when do you think it's going to get released as well? Again, I'm expecting the announcement to be maybe like July, August, September time, and then the console to come out like next June or July or whatever. When do you think it's going to be? Of course, make sure to get ready for Pokemon Go's next Community Day, and then of course make sure to do the event for Primarina as well in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Anyway though, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell for daily Pokemon content. Have a great rest of your day, and until next time, peace.